and welcome back to Baker Brews. For those of you that are new here, my name is Donna, and here on this channel we chat about homesteading in the city, and I love sharing a ton of our family adventures. Homesteading in the city for me here is gardening. It's our urban backyard chickens. It's cooking and sharing family traditions and recipes. So I want to share with you guys the start of gardening of 2026. It is March here and I am just getting started planting some seeds. It took me a while to get going because I like to start my trays outside. So I wait for like the nicest day to get out where it's, it's still kind of cool out, but we can get outside. I can fill the trays with dirt. Hi, baby. Are you climbing something? And as you can see here, I got the baby outside. She's nibbling on a little spring roll, and the boys were playing in the backyard, and I got to get on filling my trays. This giant tray I've been using it for years. It's been like at least 2 or 3 years with this tray set. I lost or broke the lid, so it doesn't even have a lid, but I put it in front of my south-facing window, which is the brightest window in the house, in the main living room area, and it works so well. And I don't use a heat lamp or a heating mat or heating pad or anything like that. I just roll off of the heat that comes through the window, and it seems to do really well for my seedlings, and I'm just really lucky with the way the house is designed and where I can put them. I'd love to get like a bigger system where I can have like more seedlings like tiered up, because right now they're on this little desk area and I have to keep them up high because the baby is crawling now, so she's getting into stuff. So I've had to move all the plants off of the floor. Even like my regular house plants have to be moved off the floor. So it's getting a little crowded, but I figured, you know what, I'm going to start the things that I really want to get started. So I filled the tray, and then I had a few extra little plastic trays. I thought I'm just going to put the extra things in that I want to have, like some pumpkins. We got some squash seeds that were gifted to us. So as you can see here, I'm just working on filling up the trays with some potting mix. Nothing fancy, but it's such a therapeutic thing to get out, to get your hands in the dirt, and just to get those seeds in the ground. It just feels like such a fresh way to get out of those winter blues, especially for me. These seedlings, I will be nursing them indoors until right around May. Here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, we are a zone 4A for the growing zone, though some people still treat it as like a zone 3B. So that's kind of where we are, like a 4 and a 3, 4, somewhere in there. So my plants and everything don't go out until after or during May long weekend. That's typically what I do over May long, is I get all of the plants moved outdoors, because then there's just way less chance of them getting hit with a frost. Where'd you put your ladybug?
It's in here.
It's in there?
It's climbing up.
Cute.
Yep.
Very cute.
Look, see the ladybug. What? Come and see the ladybug. See him? He's way up there. Wow, he climbed. Oh yeah, he's way up there. Oh, is he eating it? I think he's eating it.
So this is everything that we're going to plant in the trays. So to start off with, I've got my saved seeds. We're going to do the peppers. We got here some squash that I got gifted some seeds, okra. We're going to start a few herbs. So I got cilantro, I've got oregano and basil. We have got some leeks, another gifted veggie that we're going to try. I got some seeds, and even though they weren't in my plan, I was like, you know what? That's fun. And I like these. Let's try it. Oh, do I do cucamelons again or not? I don't know. Kohlrabi for sure. Watermelon, do we do it again and fail? We'll see. But for sure, this year I actually have some orange pumpkin seeds and some white pumpkin seeds. So I want to start those for sure. And if I have room, then maybe we'll throw the watermelon seed in. And then absolutely peppers. So lots of those are going to get planted today here.
Found a Lincoln, found a ladybug. And he's still alive. I saw him on this on a driveway here, and I was like,
It's still alive.
look, I don't think you can fly now.
Aww.
Yeah.
He come out of hibernation.
I don't think he can fly.
Well, don't hurt him. If you are curious, I have been gardening here. Gosh, it's got to be at least 6 years because we've been in this house for 6 years. The first year we just kind of rolled with the garden box that was here, and it was terrible. And I realized it was a poor placement, so we took it out, and my husband built me some garden beds, some raised garden beds, and I have been loving them. And we have a watering system all hooked up, so I just need to turn the tap on and let it water them. I love the growing plants that come back every year, like rhubarb. We have some strawberries that come back every year, chives that come back every year, raspberries. Speaking of berries, I gotta say, we love our fruit bearing things. So we have raspberries, blueberries, haskaps, and strawberries. Those are the berries that I have. I love them, and it is just so nice to have that fresh fruit in your garden. But having fresh veggies just makes summer. Like, I remember very fond memories of going out to the garden, first thing in the morning, foraging. In the afternoon when you're bored, you go out in the garden to find a snack. And that's what I really want to give my kids. Even though, I grew up in the country on a farm, we had a huge garden, I still want to give them that experience of eating from the garden, eating right out of the garden. Getting your hands in the dirt, working with the plants, recognizing plants. I think it's so valuable, and it's just such a rewarding way to enjoy summer. In this video today, like I said, we're going to do some planting, and I'm also going to take you on a tour in the yard, which is just a wet mess. But we're going to go take a look in the yard so you can kind of see a lay of the land. And then we are also going to go down into the pantry and take a look at my canned goodies. And then I have one other little surprise that is very exciting. I got a new pet, so I'm excited to share that with you guys as well. But let me know in the comments below, are you a gardener? Have you ever considered having a garden? What are some of those plants, those fruits or veggies that you would absolutely love to have fresh out of your own garden, out of your own backyard? Let me know. I'm curious. I have met so many amazing gardeners on YouTube, but I was lucky. I grew up with a gardening family. My mom was an avid gardener, and my grandmother was an avid gardener. They always kept huge gardens. So I have been around the garden life for a long time, but it's different when you start your own. It's a different undertaking. It's a different endeavor. So like I said, I'm curious what kind of things you would love to grow. What kind of things have you growing? Yeah, just share all your gardening dreams and adventures with me. So I lost my tray that was for these lovely pellet refills that I spent all that money on for my tomatoes last year, and I only have the top. So I still have the pellets, so I'm going to use them because I have them. They come in this lovely pellet form, and you just add water. They worked so good for the tomatoes last year, so I really want to use them again. And the tomatoes did super well. So instead, what we're going to do is I just got my Tupperwares here, and we're just going to put pellets in them and add water, and that is what it is. Oh, look at that. At least they fit nicely. Yeah, I was hunting around for my tray, and I couldn't find it, so this is what you get. I don't know if it got recycled or what happened to it. I don't know. There we go. We're gonna do Manitoba tomatoes this year. We're gonna do beefsteak tomatoes this year. We're gonna do our cherry tomatoes again this year. the little sweeties, and the chocolate cherries. And finally, we have the Scotia tomato. A lot of tomatoes. Hope I have enough pellets for this endeavor. Okay, and one other very exciting, I would call it a garden thing happened. We were chatting with a neighbor and he was like, "Oh, you have chickens. Do they like worms?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, they totally like worms." He's like, "I have a bunch of red wigglers." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, do you do the composting thing?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I got tubs of them." And I was like, "What? I really want to get started with worms." So he brought me over a few. He was like, "I could hook you up better." I was like, "Oh, don't you only need like 5?" So I have a few red wigglers that I'm gonna start. And I was totally inspired by Easy Street with Jen because I originally found her channel because she talked about worms. So it's all coming back, Jen. I'm getting on the worm train now. Check out my little red guys. They were outside for a bit in the sun because it was nice out today. So they're all huddled up in this clumpy ball. It's so gushy. Look at them all. Oh my goodness.
Can I feel them?
You want to feel the worms, buddy?
I don't need to.
Oh man, look at them all.
They are so dirty from the dirt. Because worms live in the dirt.
That's right.
And
These are worms that we're going to use for composting.
I'm just going to hold it on my hand.
You want to hold it in your hand?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can just get you one.
So good worms, right?
Worms are good. These worms, they need...
They tickle me when they
move.
touch me. Ah! Ah!
He's a good little worm. Look at him. He's so happy.
You can eat this, baby.
The worm needs food. Worms
Can I
eat
eat that?
rotting food. So we need to give him some food. We need to give him some leaves.
I'm going to show Daddy.
Don't lose him. It looks like he's trying to escape your hand.
I know you can.
Yeah, go show your daddy. Okay, just gonna get my shoes on here and we're gonna go out to the garden. I'm gonna show you guys the garden in March, which there's like nothing happening. Like nothing happening. But we're gonna go and take a look-see. We had a spell of snow again and then now it has all melted. It was so warm today. The sun was beautiful. So we were outside a whole bunch and then I was like, I need to get started on my seeds. So that's what happened today and that's why we started with the seeds, and the baby and I were hanging out outside in the sun, which was so lovely. So yes, we're just gonna go take a look-see at the snow and the mush and the ice and the chickens. We got a top-down view from the sun deck. Obviously I didn't put anything away, so there's the old salad pot, the haskaps. This was one of the garden boxes, and I left the trellis with all the dead beans on it. There was some more salad stuff in there. The raspberries, they're all draped. And then the other garden box. Slide over there to the barbecue pad. And then that is the snack garden box that the kids like to eat stuff out of. So what I'm thinking for this year is that all along this fence line, along the back, I'm going to put pots of peppers. So that's where the pepper pots are gonna be. So yeah, you can just see all the ice. It's crazy icy. Hopefully I don't fall and die. It's just so very icy. This is north facing, this yard, so it just takes a lot longer for the snow and the ice to melt nicely. Here is we call it the chicken coop garden box, and it's got its little trellis there for stuff to climb. The girls are so happy it's nice outside. They are outside enjoying, but we have to make a fix because I can't get in the lower part here. It's all iced over. See, look at this. Look at this giant puddle massacre mess. So this is just a huge puddle and ice, and so it freezes and then the door jams. So that is a project for this summer for hubby. Is I want to raise it up so that the door opens and it'll have a lip. So you'll have to step over the lip to get into the chicken coop, but then at least the door won't be touching the ground like this anymore. No more of this. Bad news bears. And over here next to the shed is our main in-ground garden, and I just left this trellis thing that I got a couple years back now on Amazon. Left it up. It's even got the netting on it still. Looks like it held up pretty good. Big old mush pile. But I don't own a rototiller, so I'm gonna have to rent a rototiller to dig this all up because it needs the aeration really bad. And then as you can see, in behind us are these giant fir trees, and they lose their needles into my garden, and it makes I believe pine needles make your ground really acidic. So I tried to rake these up before I rototiller, and then I just put them in the green bin. I just get rid of them. But now that I have worms, maybe I'll put them in with the worms. I don't know if that's good for them or not. I'm gonna have to look that up. Jen, help me. Can I put pine needles in with my worms? Okay, I'm amazed I can even walk back here. This is my side alley. This is the water collection area, and it's usually just sopping wet. But this is where my glorious radishes just took over, and I loved it. So as you can see, the radishes are still here, the dead ones, and the seed pods are on them. So I'm hoping if I just go in and stompy stomp stomp, all those free seeds are just going to go right back into the ground, and I'm hoping I'll have free radishes, just a plethora of them here, because they did so well. And then as you can see, I even have some green from my strawberry plants over here. These ones don't tend to get pollinated because I don't think the bees have found them, so they're just very green and luscious. So I take them and I'll dig them out and move them around the yard and stuff like that. But I'd love to have a huge strawberry patch for the kids to enjoy that actually produces a lot of strawberries. Whoops, and I passed this spot here. This dead looking spot that looks like it's nothing. Yeah, that's where my rhubarb is. So as you can see, it got cleaned up really good. We didn't leave any coverage, which I usually leave some of the leaves as coverage. So hopefully rhubarb is one of the first things to come up, in the garden. It's the first thing that shows life. Maybe it's showing life right now. Look at that. Yeah. Good old rhubarb. Everybody, oh, look, there's another one. Right in there, hiding. Good old rhubarb. Never fails me. Gotta stop and check for some eggs too here. Woo! What good girls! 4 more eggs and blue ones too! Yay! All right, and the last stop that I want to take you on a quick little tour is the pantry, because all those garden goodies, man, they go in the pantry. That's what I do. I tend to freeze a lot of stuff, like my beans, and if we get corn, yeah, I do a lot of freezing. Even tomatoes, I do freeze a lot of tomatoes. So that is like my go-to, is just to freeze it. Same with the rhubarb, cut it and freeze it. But I really like to can, and I really have enjoyed learning how to preserve, how to do canning. I grew up with canned goods. My mom was an avid canner, and even to this day, like, her pickled stuff is divine. It's so good. Like, I love her butter pickles and her dill pickles, and she does this pickled mixed veggie mixture, which is so good. And I grew up on like canned tomatoes, and we would put that over rice. I know maybe it sounds like really weird, but that's how we would have canned tomatoes, and I've been craving it hard. So I want to learn how to make just plain Jane canned tomatoes this year is my goal. But I have learned how to can some things myself so that we have some pantry staples for our family. So I'm just going to show you and the things that we can, and and take a look at like what we've eaten out of the pantry this year from last year's garden harvest. Get up on my little step here. Here's the kind of an overview of the canning area and what is left. Obviously, a few other little canned goodies have arrived. Okay, my number one thing that I make is pasta sauce, which is this red one here. You can see I only have 1 jar left. And this is a combination of roasted tomatoes, peppers, garlic, and onions. And then I puree it, boil it, and can it. And this stuff is glorious. We'll use it as homemade tomato soup. Like I said, pasta sauce. If anything that calls for tomato sauce, I'll use this. So yeah, this stuff, oh, so good. So good. We could obviously use more, because then I end up buying stuff. This one is actually from 2 years ago now, pickled cauliflower. I just had extra cauliflower on hand, and it didn't turn out the greatest, which is probably why it's still here. Pickled beans. We got a little bit in the back. There is my mom's famous pickled mixed veggies, which I have to show you. Get out of the way, beans. Get out of the way, beans. Okay. This stuff is, oh, this stuff is so good. This cowboy candy that we get from a friend. Yeah, that stuff is really good. Okay. Pickled mixed veggies from, oh, this stuff, I'm telling you guys. Zucchini, cauliflower, peppers, carrots. Yeah, beans. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I use the same recipe to make my pickled zucchini and pepper mixture, and I think I throw garlic in there too. So this is from this year. This is from last year. Ha ha ha. So it's very fresh. You see, look at that color. It's so nice on those green zucchinis and the yellow zucchinis and the peppers. Like, it's so good. And I made some extras, and I give them away as gifts. Like when we go to friends' houses for dinner and stuff like that, I'll bring the jars. Let's see, what I got left is only 5 jars of that. Pretty sure I had a lot more of that when I started. Okay, over on this side is salsa and jams and apples. So this is a nice salsa gift a friend gave us, but look, I have a lot of salsa left. We used to go through so much more salsa. I think this year maybe we were a little skimpy using it, because I got a lot of salsa left. A lot more than I thought. So I got 2, 4, 6 more big jars of salsa, but when we open a jar, it's gone in like a couple days. You know, with some chips, it's just gone. So I think we need to buy some more chips. That's what that tells me. Then I got some jams from family. I have an auntie who makes really nice jam. So we got some nice jams, and a friend who sends me her lovely jams. I'm not a jam. I don't make jam. I'm not very good at it. So I definitely, you know, I do tradesies for jams. This is an applesauce. That's for the baby. We got this nice marmalade we got from a friend. And we got a nice fruit cocktail, also for the baby. She's gonna get that. Okay, and then in the back here we have our apple butter, which is from 2 years ago. I made apple butter, but we are slow to get through that apple butter. So I didn't make more because we're still working through 2024's apple butter. But this, oh man, this, I'm so glad I have one left. Maybe this will be tonight's snackage. This was amazing. I got apples from a neighbor. I put them in my dehydrator, and then I put them in mason jars, and they have made the best snack food. I think I put cinnamon on some, so they're just apples with a little sprinkle of cinnamon. Oh my gosh, these are addicting. They are so good. They've been so delightful, and I did that for days and days and days. We cut and dehydrated apples to our heart's content, and this is going to be what I want to do again this year, and I'd love to do it as more Christmas gifts because they're so nice and they taste amazingly good. Up here was my other weird undertaking, which is pickled apples, and they are spiced pickled apples. So thinking cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, ginger, and they are so good. They're a little mushy, I will tell you that. I don't care much for the texture, but the flavor, yeah, I like the flavor. And I actually did pretty good. I gave away a few jars because the kids weren't into them, but I actually think it might start to grow on us a bit more as we continue to work through the pantry goodies. Yes, so all in all, like, this has been so good. This is my happy place. I'm so proud of what I've been able to accomplish in the pantry, and I would encourage anybody, if you're considering keeping a garden, like to learn how to do some food preservation. An easy place to start is definitely throwing it in the freezer, but after that, you might want to be like me and jump on the canning boat. And I'm no expert by any means.